It is Marcus Griffiths. He was in charge of Wakefield against Warrington last Friday night. He's also took charge of Hull FC against Catalans, and he also had a favourable tie over the Easter period when he took control of Featherstone against Toronto. Who's your money on, Craig? Because a lot of work has gone to reach this part of the season. The second week in February to the first weekend in October. Let's get it on. We're going out on Proper Sport, Betfred, and of course the Rugby Football League's Our League app. It is the Betfred League One playoff final, and it will be Bradford with first use of the ball.
Mick, it's absolutely electric here at Odsel. I've not seen it like this in a lot of years. Everyone's up for it. This is the battle of the first 10. Very front-loaded at Workington, got some great big lads in there, Wilkes and Tyler Dickinson. Bradford are just trying to get through the phases here, get into the arm wrestle. What you don't want, Mick, now early doors is any mistakes, no knock-ons. And they've just got a nice first set. Dane's got to the kick, and he's got it on the full.
Dave Chisholm there kicking on tackle number 4 after a good solid defensive start from Leon Price and Workington Town. Tyler Mellor, 19 years of age, the Huddersfield Giants Academy Junior, will return the ball on tackle number 1. Penkovic juggles the ball out of dummy half, and he'll be brought down just inside the Bradford half. And here we go, Workington, as we've already said this season, they defeated the Bulls back at Derwent Park back in April, and they also had that 24-18 win here at Odsel Stadium 49 days ago. The kick will come in from Jamie Duran. It will turn Ethan Ryan and Ross Oakes around, and it will be a scrum head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. 10 metres out from their own try line. We've had exactly 90 seconds gone, and Craig, we've been pitch side speaking to both John Keir and Leon Price. We'll start with Leon Price. He's focusing on the hard work that his side have already put in this year, and certainly Leon Price, under no illusions for Workington to be in this final with Bradford, knowing how hard Betfred League One has been, is some achievement for them.
Unbelievable, and he was so composed, and if I'm honest, Mick, he was so confident. I asked Leon that I felt he took a lot of pressure off the players, and I think that's what he's done. And Workington, all the way through the preview, have looked confident. The lads are walking round. Bradford, otherwise, John were a bit quiet, maybe waiting for the storm, or John's probably trying to keep a lid on things. He's got a very young squad here, Mick, and that's the difference. Workington lads have had it. Maybe John's thinking, no more pressure, all calm. Nice, both. First knock on Bradford.
Well, referee Marcus Griffin will point towards Oliver Wilkes and say there's been holding down in the tackle. Interestingly, these two sides, Bradford conceding on average 7 penalties a game. For Workington Town, it is 9. So perhaps those extra 2 penalties and discipline could be the difference. But we've had 3 minutes gone on Proper Sport, Bulls Live, Betfred, and also the Rugby Football League, Our League app. Good afternoon and welcome to the coverage wherever you are. Joining us as Jordan Lilly scampers out a dummy half. The ball has been lost in the tackle. It's gone backwards, but it's picked up by Mikey Wood. Bradford, the purring early. It goes to Chisholm. Chisholm tries to navigate away past the grey-shirted Workington Town defence, and Chisholm still going. He's going to be brought down by Elliot Miller, and Miller has stolen the ball one-on-one. The referee will say there was 2 in the tackle. Elliot Miller has now thrown the ball into the Bradford half, and referee Marcus Griffiths will stop the clock. 2 early penalties to the Bradford Bulls in front of the posts.
Interesting, Mick, they're going to take 2 here. I think St Helens and the game the other day, they were taking points at every occasion on these one-off games. No, he's playing on. Fantastic, let's go.
Well, we saw last weekend it was tight and tense in that opening 30 minutes. Bradford only leading 6 points to 0, and John Keir, he has a history of taking the early points, but he fancies his side's chances of breaking Workington's resolve early doors here in this Betfred League One playoff final. Mikey Wood, his second carry of the afternoon. He's brought down on top of that Workington line. They're going to shift it on that right-hand edge. It goes to McNally out wide. They're in at the corner. Jai Hitchcock, he will open the scoring for the Bradford Bulls. 5 minutes on the clock, and it's Bradford 4, Workington 0. Jai Hitchcock, 6 tries in his last 4 games for the Bulls. Make that number 7, 10 for the season.
Fantastic try. Ashley Gibson, take about. What hands here. They've executed a play here. They had numbers on the right. Ashley Gibson's hands to Jai there were fantastic. Composed, absolutely fantastic start for Bradford. The penalties cost Workington, and what a great start for Bradford.
And I think we've just seen there the importance of Keys and Chisholm and how they're going to move this Bradford side around this big, vast, open surface. Let's not forget, Derwent Park is one of the smallest grounds, very tight and compact in Betfred League One. Here at Odsall, you're arguably looking at the biggest arena, biggest playing surface, and Bradford at home, that is a huge advantage. And we've just seen there, Keys and Chisholm linking that cohesive link. They realised that Workington was stretched, and it was almost like pass the ball along, Gibson drawing in Hambley, and then Hitchcock's past Mellor in at the corner.
What a great finish, but again, I tell you what, Mick, not taking the 2 points then, that sent a message there. That's to Workington that Bradford are up for this, and they're going to play it, and they're fancying tries, and the way they executed that play, they could be getting them. Bad start by Workington, they need to get back on the horse.
Joe Keys, 7 from 10 attempts last week, 70%, 86% conversion success for the season. This one, though, will go across the face of the posts, and it is an early try from Jai Hitchcocks that has the scoreboard operator here at Odsall working early doors. We've had 6 minutes gone, and it is Bradford 4, Workington 0. And with Workington defeating Bradford in those 2 regular season games, Craig, Bradford, that early try will perhaps dispel any myths of Workington having a psychological edge.
Definitely, but after a try, Mick, what you're going to do is you're going to get a good set in and good field position. So this set now coming into Workington, they'll try and draw something out here. The line speed will go up, and they'll try and make a message here. But Bradford, if you've got to get through the set, get a good kick in, and doing exactly what from last week, they're taking on from last week. It looks so smooth, and they look up for it.
Liam Kirk's brought down on tackle number 3, 20 metres shy of the halfway line. Lilly once again attacking that marker defence, going past both Steve Scoley and Jake Moore. It's on the 4th tackle. Chisholm will kick between Mellor and Hambley. Hambley has to stop that one from going into touch. It would have been a 40-20, and here's that red, amber and black shirted defence that has been so tight, so resilient, so redoubtable for John Keir's side in 2018. Let's not forget that Bradford in 2018, they've conceded 282 points and 75 tries. They're conceding on average 10 points per game. But on the flip side, Workington Town, they have the 5th best defence. They make try scoring very hard and at a premium, because they themselves are only conceding an average of 19 points per game. And incidentally, Jai Hitchcock's try there for Bradford is Workington's 140th that they've conceded in 2018. Workington on the last tackle. The kick will go down towards Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan will trap it with his left arm, and he's going to be brought down there by Forber on tackle number 1. We've had exactly 7 minutes gone here, and it's that early try to Jai Hitchcock's that has been the difference. Ross Oakes, who was a late call-up this afternoon after Toyo Igodo has been ruled out with a hamstring injury. We all saw what Toyo Igodo has done previously for the Bulls in 2018, but Workington Town, they're working well in defence. There's a good defensive structure. Oliver Wilkes throwing himself around, so too Jake Moore. And Bradford, they're just 5 metres inside the Workington half now, as Jordan Lilly will attack that Workington defensive line. Last tackle, 35 metres out. McNally at dummy half to Chisholm. Chisholm looking to put Mellor under pressure. Here comes Ethan Ryan and Garside. Mellor takes that superbly, and here come Workington Town. They will launch their next attack deep inside their own half. I'm liking what I'm seeing early doors from Tyler Merrick, Craig, because he's took the ball there under pressure from Ryan and Garside, and he's now won his side a penalty. Workington's first penalty of the afternoon, 10 metres out from their own line.
Yeah, they needed that as well, I think, just to settle things down here. I think Workington are finding the pace quite hotty. I've just watched the forwards coming back a bit. Tyler, the big lads in the middle, needs to get a great set in. The finish to the last set, Workington were great. Leon will be happy, but this is a big set, Mick. This is the first chance they'll have to get proper field position, so it'll be interesting what happens.
Both sides just making one change for today's Betfred League One playoff final, as we said. Igodo was out for the Bulls. Oakes has come in. And in terms of Workington Town, Gordon Maudlin is out. In steps in Tom Kerwin. And here we go. Workington Town's first spell of pressure inside the Bradford half as it goes from Forber to Duran. Over on that left edge to Mellor. Mellor to Rook. And Scott Rook's going to lose the ball on contact from Keys and Minchella. And Workington Town's chance there has come to nothing. This Bradford Bulls defence, it looks engaged, switched on and infused. And that's Workington Town's second error inside the opening 10 minutes, albeit on a neat little attacking raid on that far stand side.
They definitely saw Smith, and great little flick pass by the centre there, so fantastic. I don't mind that they tried it, and Workington have still got good field position. Bradford are coming off their own line, so not bad. You've got to try things in one-off games, Mick. You've got to try things, so it's quite good to see Workington express themselves there, but ball's back with Bradford, and again, I think at the moment John Keir is the happier coach.
Well, Workington, they arrive at Odsall this afternoon for this Betfred League One final, having won their last 3 outings against the Bradford Bulls. Bradford's last win against Workington was a 29-22 away victory at Derwent Park back in June 2016, and from that side, only 2 players remain in the starting lineup this afternoon, and those 2 players were Ethan Ryan and Ross Oakes. But as we said, Workington have a bit of a hoodoo sign over Bradford, those 2 victories this season, and they've just conceded their 3rd penalty of the afternoon, and they're putting themselves under more pressure as Bradford will take the first tackle just outside the 20-metre line. Here goes the captain for the Bulls, Steve Crossley. 28 years of age, 4 tries for the season, plays the ball, it goes from Lilly to Kirk. Kirk still tryless in 2018. He would certainly love to cap a try in this final. Chisholm out to McNally. McNally, of course, getting the nod from Brandon Pickersgill, and McNally has gone behind Matt Garside. And Dane Chisholm has now given dissent to referee Marcus Griffin. So here we go. The penalty count is evened up at 3 penalties apiece. And John Keir will be absolutely seething that Dane has just marched his side back 10 metres.
It was nothing set there, Mick. I don't know what Dane were thinking on that one, and he's given a bit of verbal crazy, really, because the ruck speed, Bradford are causing Workington massive problems with the speed of the ruck. And Workington look like they can't handle that, but they've just played right into their hands. The slower the game, Workington suits Workington. But another big set for Workington here on back of a daft play.
Carl Alstrom will get to his feet. He'll play the ball. Penkovic kicks ahead, looking for Forber, looking to put Ethan Ryan under pressure. Ethan Ryan, though, will smother the ball. He had to regain his composure there because not only did he have Elliot Miller and Joe Hambley bearing down on him, he also had Jamie Duraners. Elliot Minchella now goes on a break. He will carry Bradford 30 metres away from their own try line, and it's out there with Ashley Gibson, and he'll give it to Hitchcox. Hitchcox is up to halfway. Hitchcox plotting that diagonal line towards the Workington line, and he's brought down on the Workington 40-metre line. Lilly now to Wood. It's unrelenting, frenetic start to this final here. We've had 12 minutes gone, 4-0. The Bulls still lead as Lilly tries to catch the Workington defence, not square and offside in the 10. This is the last tackle. Chisholm's calling for the ball on this left-hand edge. Are we about to see another crossfield kick for Ethan Ryan? Ryan knocks the ball on, and it's going to be a tap on the 20.
Fantastic set, great except what a play by Elliot Minicello there. I think Ross Oakes actually played on his own line. I don't think JK will be happy about that, but Elliot Minicello take about 40-yard clearance run. Got the Bulls right back in it there.
Bradford player is going down
Here
for 10 minutes in the bin. Dane Chisholm has given dissent to the touch judge, and Dane Chisholm...
It's Matt Garside.
It's Matt Garside, apologies. Matt Garside has said something, so Matt Garside now will be in the dugout for 10 minutes. Wow, perhaps a pivotal moment in this game. Bradford leading 4-0, but Workington, they'll hold a numerical advantage over the Bulls.
This is everything that JK would have said to him, inexperienced, don't do anything stupid, and Dane's had a little go, and then Mattis did it there, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy when you've just finished a set the way you did. This could be a pivotal 10 minutes. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelts.
Workington Town are going to shift the ball on that left edge. Back they'll come down the middle with Moore. Moore brought down in a free man tackle. Lilly, Minchella and Kirk. Here we go. It's the big man, Steve Scoey. Scoey along the line. Great pass. Workington have numbers, but Ethan Ryan clatters Mellor, and here we go. It's on because Mellor didn't like the ferocity of that challenge, and referee Marcus Griffiths has got a schmozzle to start out, and this has got the crowd pumped.
I tell you what a play, what a tackle, what a play. Take a bow. Ethan Ryan, absolutely, he's outnumbered there 3-1, and he's actually read the play, and that is what wins games like this. The Bradford players are absolutely ecstatic. They're grabbing him. They're saying well done, and a fantastic defensive play. He gets all the plaudits in attack, Mick. That is one hell of a play. That's a match-winning play. Well, three numbers to 1 down the short side. 13
and a half minutes gone on the clock, and referee Marcus Griffiths has lost patience. He has called the two skippers together, Oliver Wilkes and Steve Crossley. He is going to lay down the letter of the law, and the referee is not going to penalise either side. He will say it was for the original error from Elliot Miller, and that will be a scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. But oh boy, did Ethan Ryan have to make that contact there, because outside Miller was Hambley, and let me tell you, if Miller can get that pass to Hambley, Hambley's away in the corner.
Make it would a game save, a try save, a fantastic play. Listen, Bradford get the ball, the one less man, they've slowed the scrum, they get a good set in here. That was such a big pivotal point in the game, because they've got one less man, Mick, that have been level. There were 3-on-1, great play, Ethan Ryan. Bradford lads are having a little breather. Fantastic.
Well, when we're speaking to John Keir pitchside, John Keir is going to focus on the team before self ethos this afternoon. He's looking for 100% effort and looking at doing those 1%ers, those little things right, playing as a team and not individuals. He's looking for a tough, dominant contact, run hard, controlling the ruck, fight to get that quick play the ball, and also looking to take ownership with composure and discipline while also following that process effectively. Well, perhaps we might have seen a bit of a deviation or going round the roundabout from the composure and discipline element, with Matt Garside spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. And here we go, because Elliot Minchella has took a high tackle. Dave Chisholm's appealing for a penalty. The referee saying it was shoulder first. And I think we're about to see this game deteriorate a little bit, Craig.
No. I think from where I saw it, I think he's had a little squeeze at him, but I think it looked a good contact tackle. I didn't see much wrong with it. I think he might. I don't know whether he's followed through with it, but listen, it gives the players a breather. It's been a fantastic start, played at a great pace. Both teams going for it, Mick. Everything to play. Elliot's up, it's all good. It's a game of rugby league, Mick. It's contact.
Minchella will play the ball 5 metres inside that Workington Town half, and Leon Price must be absolutely delighted with the way his side have started here at Odsall. They're making Bradford work hard as Chisholm tries a quick play the ball and a quick run from the ruck to try and get the Bulls a bit of momentum. Lilly down the middle with Crossley. Crossley flattened there by Penkovic and also Scully in a two-man tackle. Lilly to Chisholm. Chisholm's going to kick early in the count, looking to put Hambley under pressure, and Hambley takes that one superbly once again. And with 15 minutes gone, it remains Bradford 4, Workington 0, as Workington Town will move the ball out from their own line, but the referee is going to stop the clock because of the player impeding with play. Safety first on the players, and it's looking like Steve Scoey, who's just down in back play, receiving attention.
Listen, I've just put Joe Hamley before the game and actually practicing catching in the far side. They've seen Ethan Ryan as a massive strike for Bradford, and that lad came out 25 minutes early on his own. He was catching things, but he's had a great take there by Hamley under pressure. Again, another breather for everybody. I don't know if you can watch it from the thing, but the pace is really, really fast. Both teams are gassed. I've got a feeling the exchanges here, who they bring on, might have a big impact, Mick, because this game has been played twice as fast as last week.
Well, it's certainly tense, 4-0, and if John Keir is going to focus on the team before self ethos and look at those 1%ers, Leon Price taking a professional and methodical approach to today's final. We spoke to him pre-match, Craig. He was extremely confident that Workington Town can make it a third win of the season. They know how to win these big games against the Bulls.
Yeah, he was testing the Bradford, what they had in them, and can they come from behind. And he felt he'd been undervalued a little bit, but I think a little pop at Young I thought were funny. But Leon were all against saying, you know, Bradford come here with everything, and everyone thinks it's just going to be 80 minutes and they're going to win. But no, Workington are right up for this and being led by Leon.
Workington Town, 30 metres out from their own try line, over on that left-hand edge. They're going to come back down the middle with Tyler Dickinson. Dickinson, one of Workington's try scorers in their semi-final win over Doncaster last weekend. The kick will come from James Newton. Newton will split McNally and Ryan. Ryan will take the ball from his own 10-metre line, and he will be brought down 20 out from his own try line after good work from Newton and Mellor. McNally in there at the pocket. He's an acting half looking for options, decides to go down the middle with Ross Oakes, and here we go. The forwards perhaps having a little bit of a breather. We've had 15 and a half minutes gone, and it is, as we said, tied, tense and very unpredictable which way the pendulum swing is going to go. Neither side has momentum at this moment in time as Jordan Lilly looks for a 40-20, but Scott Rook will race back into his own in-goal area. And how good's that Bradford chase? There's Mikey Wood, Minchella and Gibson there, and Rook will be brought down 15 out from his own try line. And I think we've just seen there, Bradford, perhaps just a little bit of panicking, Craig. They weren't getting that momentum with the forwards.
No, they're slow with the Rook, but Jordan come up with a great play. He's gone on the fourth mick while the wingers are up, and he's placed it 75 metres down the ground. So great place for Bradford to be if they're defending here. Workington have got about 4 or 5 minutes left with the extra man mick. They're going to throw something in a minute. They're going to have to throw something at this, and I think it'll happen in the next 2 or 3 sets. Here we go.
Duran, Oakes, Chisholm on the defence. This will be the last tackle. Alstrom calls for it on the short side. They're going to go back in centre field, and Jamie Duran, the ex-Wigan Academy half-back, will kick straight down the throat, and it'll be taken from the clouds by Jai Hitchcox, who certainly is putting himself in the shop window this afternoon. Ethan Ryan on tackle number 2. As we said, Matt Garside just warming up down below our commentary position. Bradford will be back to 13 in around about 2 minutes' time, and John Keir will be delighted with their defensive efforts as Ashley Gibson, the former Leeds and Wakefield man, is brought down 10 shy of halfway, looks for the offload, can't offload the ball in the tackle because the fourth Workington defender is Tyler Dickinson. Here we go with Lilly to Kirk. Kirk can't get past Wilkes, and that is the last tackle for John Keir's side. They're on the halfway line, centre of the field. Here goes Keys. They're going on the power play. Hitchcock's Minchella on the inside support. Back it goes with Jai Hitchcock. That would have been a majestic try from the Bulls if the last pass had stuck. But credit to Workington Town. Joe Hamblett and Scott Rook and Ben Morris on that left edge. They showed up, but oh boy, Minchella and Hitchcock's there, Craig.
That was 3 exchanges, back forward, then the flick pass. If Jai makes the last pass, it's try. Unbelievable play. But I still think John had liked the kick and a bit better set, start the set off. Workington, they've got about 2 minutes with the extra man. Big set ahead.
Newton to Dickinson once again. Dickinson's brought down on the last tackle. The Rook has cleaned up since referee Marcus Griffith spoke to Steve Crossley and Oliver Wilkes. And we've just seen Carl Forber, the former St Helens youngster, take a huge hit as he got the kick away, and here goes Ethan Ryan over on that right-hand edge, probing, pushing, looking for a hole, looking for a gap as Hitchcox makes 20 metres forward. And we're fast approaching the 20-minute mark here at Odsal Stadium in this Betfred League One final, and certainly it is being played at a ferocious speed. Here goes Lilly. Lilly now to Crossley. Crossley's brought down on the last tackle. James Green about to come on for the Bulls in place of Matt Garside. That kick from Lilly out of dummy half will turn Workington Town around, and it'll be a scrum to the Cumbrians. 15 out from their own try line, and we're about to see Green come on while Leon Price will make his second interchange of the afternoon. Andrew Dawson about to enter the fold.
Mick, I tell you what, when Ross Peltier comes on in about whatever the thing is, and Fooey come and meet the big lads, they're both probably 125 kilos. Bradford also bring George Flanagan on, which will automatically quicken the ruck up. in the next 5 or 6 minutes when that happens, I think the game's going to change, have a massive change. So at the moment, it's just an arm wrestle. They're both win set for set. Bradford have done remarkably well with the man down, not to give any field position to Workington. So John Keir will be absolutely over the moon with that. But I think the game's on an edge, and they didn't need that penalty there. But the game's on a knife edge here. It's I can feel it. You can feel it.
Workington Town awarded their 5th penalty of the afternoon. Mikey Wood guilty of being inside the 10. Bradford still down to 12 men. James Green about to come on, and the former Castleford man, he will take the place of Matt Garside, as Leon Price is very animated down there on the pitch side, and John Keir about to make his first interchange of the afternoon. But it's 4 points to 0. A quarter of the game gone here on Bulls Live, Proper Sport, Betfred, and also the RFL Our League app. It's Mick Gledell and Craig Harrison, your call team from Odsal. This final of what has been a fantastic season in Betfred League One. Here come Workington. Are they about to post some first points of the afternoon? Lilly wrestles with Duran, and the 23-year-old gets to his feet. Quick play the ball. We'll see Steve Scoey back out there, and he goes on a long charge, a long penetrating run. The kick through from Forber. It's come off Dane Chisholm, and they'll have a fresh set of 6 here, Workington Town. And Workington now putting Bradford under a lot of pressure. They're still down to 12 men, the Bulls, as McNally and Crossley have to come in at the side. Second tackle gone. Newton, he has options to the left, to the right. They're just to the right of the post. In front of the post now with Forber to Duran. Out wide it'll go to Mellor. They're in at the corner of Workington Town, but the try will be disallowed. Referee Marcus Griffiths, he will say it's a penalty to the Bulls because Workington, they've gone on the run round. Obstruction, the order of the nature.
Mickey, if they just go through the hands there, it would have tried. They had the numbers, they had a 4-on-2. Leon's absolutely fuming down there, thinking it wasn't obstruction. He's not happy. We're not close enough to see that, Mick, but it definitely looked like he'd run in front of the play. But wow, Bradford have just dodged a bullet without any shadow of doubt. Matt Garside's back on. It's all even. They're going to even up again. So Bradford Bulls, big plus. 10 minutes, man down, not conceded a point.
James Green on for Liam Kirk and Matt Garside out there. So, as Craig says, 10 minutes gone. John Keir will be absolutely delighted that Bradford have managed to keep Workington, their opponents this afternoon, scoreless. Here goes Minchella, quick play the ball. It goes to James Green. James Green certainly will be at the Bulls in 2019 as he gets to his feet, and he'll play the ball. Now it goes from Lilly to Crossley. There's an error from James Green there at the play the ball, and I think we've just seen a bit of kidology there from Workington. You've got Steve Scoey, James Newton, they're all in the face. They're putting pressure on the Bulls forwards for a clean, quick play the ball.
Mick, it's 4-0. They're well in this game. Oliver Wilkes has took a knock here. He's walking off. Oliver and Tyler Dickinson have had a right start, but he's just get the old neck sign as Oliver. He's gone. He's saying something's gone. He don't look happy. Oh God! But look who's warming up, Mick here. Welcome to the party, Fooey. Now that, but Oliver, hey, that bad blow for Workington, because I thought Dickinson and Wilkes were having a great bit of joy. Oh, it's here. They're on. Both of the heavyweights are on. It's Peltier versus Fooey. Let's go.
Well, we just hope that Oliver Wilkes is okay. The former witness, Wakefield and Sheffield man, doesn't look to be putting too much pressure on that left leg as George Flanagan about to come on for the Bulls. But Fooey Moy's on there as Elliot Miller goes on the diagonal down this main stand side. And the 38 metres out on the first tackle. Ross Oakes could have been penalised for laying on at the play of the ball, but it instead will go from Newton to Alstrom, and Alstrom's going to take the second tackle by Green. They're just outside the Bradford 20. Here we go, the former Parramatta, Toronto and Lee Centurions forward. Fooey Moy gets the quick play the ball away. Newton scampers out of dummy half. 4 tackle gone. Alstrom in at the pocket. It goes back to Forber to Duran. Duran out to Mellor on that left-hand edge towards Morris. Morris's ball into touch, and once again it's Ashley Gibson, Jai Hitchcock's putting the squeeze on the Workington attack, and that will please John Keir.
Defensively last week, Bradford was superb, and they've started off again. They look like unbelievable how they slid across there. No panic, no one shooting out, composed in defence. Leon looks the unhappier coach at the moment. They had a little chance there to shift it a bit early. It was a bit slow in what they did, but by the way, a bit before that, great run actually by the 20. I think it's Elliot Miller, fantastic run. He looks really lively for Workington.
Elliot Miller, Workington Town's top try scorer in 2018. He poses an attacking threat. He was a try scorer in both games this season when Workington defeated Bradford by 17 points to 16 at Derwent Park back in April.
Go off at scrum.
And also here at Odsall in the middle of August when Workington Town, a late last grass try from Sean Penkiewicz, ended Bradford's pursuit of York one felt, and Bradford were consigned from that moment for the do-or-die nature of the playoffs. Here come the Bulls then. Mikey Wood, Flanagan, Garside, fresh from his 10 minutes in the bin, getting a lot of attention and attraction there from Dawson and Moy. Flanagan will try and speed the ruck up in place of Lilly. It now goes from Chisholm to Minchella. Out it goes towards Hitchcox on that right-hand edge. Hitchcox will step back in centre field, floats the ball lateral. It goes to Flanagan. Here it goes to Green. Green, though, can't get past Olstrom and Forber. Bradford 2 metres inside that Workington Town half as Steve Crossley fancies a taste of the action, and he's brought down on the last tackle. What will happen here? It's going to go to Chisholm. Chisholm going to put a high hanging kick up, looking for Mellor. Ryan chasing under pressure. Ethan Ryan lets Mellor hit terra firma, and he will smother him, and Workington Town will have to move the ball from their own try line. 25 minutes gone, Craig. Where is this game going?
Right, I'm going to call something here, Mick. I think Keysy needs to out-call Dane a little bit, because I think the danger for Bradford is to get in that right edge. That's where they can go with it. I think Gibbo, Minicello and Jai are having fantastic starts to a game, but I really think Dane's overcalling, when he's demanding the ball, which is what Dane does. I think the danger's on the right one. I think Keysy needs to get in there and tell the hooker, get it to the right edge. That's where we're going to hit him. At the moment, I think Leon's happy to go in at half-time around this score, because the nerves will come in, Mick. It's 4-0. And he's put it on us that he thinks the Bradford side, a little bit of experience. Bradford could do with another try about now, Mick. Getting this big moment for me, Peltier versus Fouey. Let's get it on.
Well, Bradford have just conceded their 7th penalty in this first half. Dane Chisholm, a dangerous throw on Andrew Dawson, and Workington Town, once again, an invitation inside the Bradford half. That will not please John Keir. Here goes Forber to Mellor. Mellor is being taken late, and Moy has just thrown a punch at Mikey Wood, and here we go. Moy could be going off the field. Moy has just thrown a punch at Mikey Wood. The touch judge has come on here, and this is a pivotal moment in this game. If the touch judge has seen the punch from Fui Moy, it will be good night. Open up the dressing room, start running the bath.
Your problem is, Mick, this will actually highlight why the lad went down. I think Fui was reacting to something that's happened, and he's seen something that happened, and it depends what the ref's seen here, the linesman. I think he reacted to something that happened before that. The lad's still laid out. This is what you're going to find out in about 20 seconds. Get ready. I think he's going to get the Bradford player for something that's happened on the play before. And here we go.
Well, the original penalty is to Workington Town for that late challenge off the ball. Moy was quick to react, and it is Mikey Wood. He took a punch to the side of his face, and referee Marcus Griffiths now is going to speak to Elliot Minchella, the standing Bradford captain, because Steve Crossley has just left the field. Referee Marcus Griffiths, I think he's just going to use his level head, a bit of Super League experience, but it's an 8th penalty that Bradford have conceded here, Craig, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The Workington Town go for 2 points, and referee Marcus Griffiths now looking to speak to Jamie Durant with Oliver Wilkes off the field. What's he saying?
I think he's having a word saying, calm down, boys, but let's get on with game. Something happened. Fouey's reacted. Mikey looks all right. Fouey looks all right. Let's just get on with game. Penalty to Workington.
Well, Fouey Moy can consider himself very lucky there.
Mick, we've talked about Bradford not being upset in the play and doing things like this. All the stoppages is in Workington's favour. Bradford just need to get back, bit of discipline, get on with the game. Very interesting here. I think they're taking two, Mick. That's unbelievable. So what Leon's going to do, I think Leon's happy to be in the arm wrestle. He's happy for it to be tight. And he's happy for all this bit of interaction to happen. Bradford are going to get their eyes back on the game and start speeding the rooks up. That's where they've got it.
Well, it will be a penalty attempt from Carl Forber. 7 from 7 attempts last week in their playoff semi-final win at the Keepmoat against Doncaster. This to narrow Bradford's lead from 30 metres out. That one goes between the posts, and it is Bradford Bulls 4, Workington Town 2, with 10 minutes to go to half-time, and Workington deservedly of that 2 points.
Listen, they're in their arm wrestling, they're dangerous. This is exactly what Leon would want, for it to get a bit of nerves to set in. Bradford have come off the game plan a little bit, and they've started upsetting it, slowing the ruck down. Fouey's had a massive impact, he's come on, he's put his presence about. Bradford have got to get a good set in defence here, real tough set, no penalties, no nothing, and let's see if they get that line speed back.
Well, it is Bulls Live, proper sport. Betfred and also the Rugby Football League, our league app, taking the coverage this afternoon. And let's not forget, there was Bradford finishing second in the table, 23 wins, 3 defeats. Workington finished 4th, 17 wins, 9 defeats. Everything that has happened previously is a distant memory. It is all about the right here, right now, and certainly Bradford know they're in an arm wrestle, because this is a very well-drilled, well-coached, well-marshalled Workington Town side, and they are here to fight for every available point. As Ulstrom's passed, we'll see Dawson crash onto a short, flat ball, and Workington are 10 metres inside the Bradford half. It is the last tackle. Jamie Duran will kick between McNally and Ryan. Ethan Ryan let McNally take the call. McNally positioned his body, and he will return the ball, although he's immediately going to be clattered by Forber and Moy in a 2-man tackle. Here goes Matt Garside out of dummy half, up in the ante. You feel Forber on top of Garside as it goes from Flanagan to Wood. No love lost there between Wood and Dawson. After that late challenge, that's have seen Workington score their first points of the afternoon. Bit of miscommunication between Flanagan and Peltier. Recovered by Minchella. Minchella's going to be brought down in a 3-man tackle. That's tackle number 4 gone here for the Bulls. Flanagan towards Chisholm. Chisholm looking to put Mellor under pressure. Mellor takes the ball superbly there. The crowd appealing for a penalty, saying Hambley had taken Ethan Ryan out. That's something we saw, Craig, in the St Helens Warrington game on Thursday evening. What we saw on the full 80 minutes on Proper Sport. I don't think you're going to see any penalties given here when you saw Robert Hicks not giving them on Thursday.
No, it's something we debated about having the man in front of the catcher. I feel it is obstruction, but Mick Workington are coming back in this. I can feel it. You can feel they're starting to get more confident. Bradford really need to throw everything at this in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Workington is starting to creep in a little bit here. Bit of anxiety for Bradford.
Forber's kick early in the count. Taken once again from McNally. Like a best-selling title on the shelves of Waterstones. Here goes Ethan Ryan. Brought down 20 shy of the halfway line. Hitchcock's looks to suck in that Workington Town defence. Back it will go with Mikey Wood. Ethan Ryan. And he takes the second tackle. Here goes Ross Peltier, the Jamaican international. Fouey Moy comes in. Here we go. It's all on again. There's pushing and shoving at the ruck. It's fiery.
I don't know if I'm calling this wrong. Hopefully we always call it as it is. It looked like they were grabbing him. He had his hair, but might be wrong. There were 5 men on him there. There were 5 men in the tackle. Something happened then. I don't know what it was. Oh, he's called an eye shot. It's called an eye shot.
Referee Marcus
Foolish
Griffiths.
by Workington. Leon won't be happy with that. The crowd are going mad. The game's injected with passion. Great thing. Mikey Wood had a great play there. Young Matty Staunton's on in the cauldron. It's red hot out there now, Mick. It's on.
Well, I was just about to say, Craig, we mentioned pre-match that when you look at the benches, Peltier, Green, Moy, Dawson, both packed full of personalities, full of dynamite. And as we just seen there, Ross Peltier, that 15-metre carrier, had 5 Workington Town defenders on him. And the 26-year-old Jamaican international, he is making a stellar impact from the bench. Here we go then. Bradford awarded their 5th penalty of the afternoon. 6 minutes to go at half-time, and the cauldron, it's simmering as Staunton gets to his feet. Flanagan to Green. Moy once again out there directing that Workington defence. Chisholm to Minchella back to Keys on that right hand edge. Shawes promotes the ball, brought down by Jamie Duran. They're literally 8 metres away from that Workington line as it goes to Garside, and he will perhaps just calm things down. That's the 4th tackle. Flanagan to Peltier towards the line. He's been rolled backwards, and that is the last tackle. Tremendous, suffocating Workington Town defence. It goes out towards Minchella, it's the surge. It's actually George Flanagan. Flanagan's got the second try, and that was George Flanagan at his brilliant best. The old stager rolling back the ears.
Mickey's actually sent to shampoo and go. I actually fell for it. I'm looking for where it's gone. George just threw it and gone himself, and he could not have been at a better time, Mick. Oh my God. Because Workington was starting to believe. Bradford all of a sudden, what a play by George Flanagan. And we called it pre-match. I think Mick George, he makes such an impact. He's so hard to handle round the rope. Any chance he gets to go himself, he'll take it. What a play. 2 big plays in this game, Mick. Ethan Ryan in defence, George Flanagan in attack. The old shampoo and go.
Well, as we've just seen, that is only the second time in 36 minutes that Workington Town's defensive structure has disintegrated and has been breached. But George Flanagan there, just watching it on the replay, it was almost the shift. I thought Minchella had got the ball, but George had it stuck up the jumper, and here we go, and Flanagan has crashed over for a crucial score, his 15th of the season. He was a late addition to the Bradford Bulls in 2018, joining after the season had already started from Hunslet, and Joe Keys now a crucial kick, this to put the Bulls out to a crucial 2-score advantage. With the right boot in front of the posts, he's missed it. Wow. Perhaps the pressure getting to the players.
Yeah, he's going to be better than that there, I think. The other one were a hard kick, fair play to Joe, but that time I thought that were an easy one for him. Listen, let's get on with game. It's on. There's about 8 minutes left, I think, to the half. What a try. I think we're even less now, so what a time to score a try. Big set for Bradford. Get through the set and get to the kick now. Take this at half time. It swung all over to Bradford on that one play by George Flanagan.
Bulls Live, proper sport. Also going out on Betfred, on Facebook Live and YouTube. And also on the RFL Our League app, and Fui Moy. He has a meal ticket destined there for Green. What a collision that was.
It's on now. That is absolutely unbelievable.
Well, let me tell you, that collision deployed the airbag. Strap yourselves in, put your seatbelts on, because we've got 2.5 minutes to go to half-time, and you suspect Bradford have just found a bit of ascendancy and momentum. Flanagan, it goes to Garside on the right-hand edge, and Garside looks for support, can't find it. Moy was behind, ready to pick up a loose pass as Flanagan goes in centre field towards Keys. Keys goes through a gap. Here we go. Joe Keys from 30 metres out. Bradford, a killer blow on the stroke of the hooter. The fans jumping with delight on the terraces, and it is 12 points to 2 in this Betfred League One Grand Final.
It's same again. He's actually showed it to go out round the back, Mick, and then he's just showed and go, and he's took the gap. The fullback didn't get over, and he's gone 35 metres. Absolutely fantastic skill. We've just criticised him for missing the kick. Well, he's definitely been up for it. That's for John Keys as well done, audience.
Joe Keys, that was almost a carbon copy of the try he scored last week against Oldham. You suspected how much has that George Flanagan try taken out of this Workington Town defensive line, because we've just seen the Bulls go back to back, Craig, and it was unstoppable.
Mick, it's I cannot believe from the George, another try before half time. They go into half time now. Have a relax. John Key, I can't get my words here. Mick, John Key can rebuild again. Everything swung towards Bradford, unbelievably. Leon's in the dugout. Workington are looking round. It's Leon's going to have to pull off a team talk here, Mick, because the last 7-8 minutes have all been Bradford. Unbelievable. What a game rugby is at changing, Mick, isn't it? What a game. You can be sat there, and we've called Workington are going to be taking, look like they were getting right into the game, and all of a sudden, penalty George Flanagan, game over Joe Keys.
Well, as the late, great Trevor Foster once said to me, momentum in rugby league is a big thing, more so than any other sport that Trevor Foster had known. Just because one team has it early doesn't mean the other side is playing poorly, and games usually even up at some point, and it is only then when you really begin to see how the game is going, and one feels this is now going in the way of the Bradford Bulls. Chisholm, he has taken over the kicking duties from Keys, and he has put one wide. So Workington Town, they only trail by 10 at 12 points to 2 with 65 seconds remaining on the clock.
Make that 6 points boomed out of the way. I hope they're not costly. You know, if Workington do get back in this, that's 6 points wasted. 2 of the kicks definitely kickable. One of them on the far side, but just get through the set here. If I were a Bradford fan, get through the set. I said that last time they've scored a try.
Bradford, 2 quick-fire tries from Flanagan and Keys. I think we're about to see a much more composed and controlled restart after a Bradford try. Flanagan into the arms of Peltier. Ross Peltier meets Fui Moi Moi. The two 17s collide. And here we go. That one might have set off the Richter scale. There was a ferocious challenge there. Ross Peltier gets up a little bit groggily. Here goes Chisholm. He applies the dancing feet, looks for a way around this Workington Town defensive line. They've gone through a mountain of work in this first half, and the hooter will bring a halt to proceedings here on this main stand side. Chisholm brought down on his own 40-metre line in a 2-man tackle by Hambley and Miller, and that will be half-time here on Bulls Live Proper Sport, Betfred and the hourly gap. It is 12 points to 2. What an almighty tussle this is turning out to be, Craig.
I'm just watching the body language now. Workington are going in, they're getting booed. Bradford have got together. Bradford look.
40 minutes then for either Bradford or Workington to cement the points and that automatic place through the playoffs to join the York City Knights in the Championship for 2019. Dane Chisholm, boot to ball, 40 minutes remaining. Will it be Bradford, or will we see a second half comeback from Workington Town? Craig Harrison, we were just looking at some of the stats in that first half. Bradford completed at 84%, Workington Town at 71%.
As again we've said, Mick, John Key is the happier coach going in at half time. It'll be great to see how it all starts. Bradford walked out really confident. I think Leon will tell them just to get into the process, get a couple of sets in, bit of field position. They won't be turning the tap too early, Workington. They're going to stay patient and just get some good field position and try and get it on. But here they go. This is 2 carries he's had in a set, so he'll gas some, will forward. There's no way at his age, Mick, and the thing, so he's going to have to play long minutes today.
Well, Fui Moi Moi, he swapped his shirt for the start of the second half, and that's the first real attacking raid that Workington Town have had. A good, clean start to this second 40 minutes on Bulls Live, Proper Sport, Betfred and the RFL Our League app this afternoon. 39 years of age, as we said, 201 NRL appearances with the Parramatta Eels before coming over to these shores with the Lee Centurions. But just looking out there as Bradford are awarded the first penalty of the second half for Workington Town being offside inside the 10. There's still no Oliver Wilkes, and his experience and leadership will be certainly missed in this second half if he isn't able to return. So Bradford, their first set of 6 after the interval, deep inside the Workington Town half. Garside on tackle 1. Peltier brought down there on the second tackle, 30 metres out, just to the right hand side of the post, as Keys gives it to Chisholm. Chisholm out the back door to Oakes, and Oakes is brought down 12 metres out. Testing time early in the second half for Workington as it goes from Chisholm to Peltier. Peltier is brought down on tackle number 4. Workington backed up on their own try line as it goes from Flanagan to Minchella. Minchella, 34 tries in all competitions this season. He's been going head-to-head with Ethan Ryan and trails him by 2. It's the last tackle. Crossfield kick, looking for Ethan Ryan. It's been knocked on by Workington. Scrum, head and feet to the Bulls, is it? But referee Marcus Griffiths says first error from Ethan Ryan. The touch judge, though, he's now going to tell the referee it was indeed a Workington knock-on, which it appeared from the gantry, and that has got the Bull supporters cheering on the terraces.
Mick, when Dane first went in the third tackle there, Matty Staunton's hit a lovely tight line off him. All Dane had to do was let the ball go, and Stozza were in for a walk in there. A lot of patience shown. I thought George was going to do another shampoo and go, but we're back on. Great field position. Well, Bradford here, if they can convert here, it's going to be a really hard road back for Workington. Big moment again, Mick, I think.
This is the arena where heroes are born, reputations cemented, as Chisholm finds Keys just to the right-hand side of the post. George Flanagan towards the Workington line. 3 Workington defenders scramble back. They slam the door in his face, and 2 of those defenders are Mellor and Hambley. They're going to go back in front of the post from Keys to Green. James Green, good leg drive. He's going to be brought down 5 metres out. They're going to come on the right to Garside. Garside's caught in the tailspin, the crosswind, and he's brought down 2 metres out. Bradford, early pressure. Can they get a third try? Here goes Ross Peltier. Ross Peltier towards the line. Looks to get the ball out the back door, but he keeps hold. Last tackle. Flanagan to Chisholm on that left edge. Chisholm tries to dart his way to the line. Can't release the ball, and Bradford's attack will come to nothing. Great spell of defensive pressure there from Workington Town, and that will be a foundation from which Leon Price can now build this second half on. 12-2 it remains.
Mick, I've got to challenge Dane on that. I've got to challenge him there. He's just gone and done a full circle there. They've had 2 chances to either hit the line ball or little crew behind, and he's gone himself, got caught. They've got a penalty. He's got to be better than that, and you can see the lads are having a go at Dane here, saying, come on. You know, we give him all the plaudits last week. He's put his under a bad position here. Not a good play by Dane for me.
Workington Town awarded the second penalty of the second half. Incidentally, the penalty count now is 9-6 favouring Workington Town. Tom Kerwin about to enter the field. He will take the place of Gordon Maudlin, who's out for injury, who had a huge part to play last week in that defeat of Doncaster. As we said, Workington arrived at the Keepmoat, a bit of a psychological edge. They ended Doncaster's winning run, ended their season, and they're looking for a way back into this Betfred League One playoff grand final here at Odsall Stadium. A huge crowd has turned up to watch as Moy sucks in the Bulls' defence before the offload to Forber. Forber's wrapped up now on the last tackle. It's going to go to Duran. Duran peppers one behind the Bulls' defensive line. It's taken by Jai Hitchcocks. Hitchcocks can't get past Mellor. In will come Forber as the second marker defender, and he will have to play the ball on his own 20-metre line. The referee giving Tyler Mellor a lot of leeway there as Ethan Ryan now will move the ball out of dummy half. McNally got the nod over Pickersgill. John Keir going for experience and punch. Brandon Pickersgill, he will be at the Bulls till 2020 after signing that contract extension. Flanagan bounces off Moy, can't get past Forber and Moore, and Bradford, you sense, are getting a little bit of a roll on here. Keys, Garside on this right edge defence, brought down 20 metres out. 15 in from this main stand side. You're seeing the very best of Betfred League One this afternoon, and it's the last tackle play. Keys perfectly weighted. Ethan Ryan was homing in, but what a great take that was there from Joe Hambley. He has been safe as houses all afternoon, and now Workington, they will come from deep, from perhaps 2 or 3 metres in the field of play, and this Bulls defence looking to put the squeeze, hunting that error, and after 3 tackles, Workington still inside their own 20 as Moy will make 10 metres and carry him out on tackle number 4. Newton in at dummy half to Kerwin. Kerwin's wrapped up now, 20 metres shy of the halfway line on the last tackle. Moy, you called it correct, Craig. He's run out of gas. He's gone off the field. That'll give the Bulls perhaps a bit more freedom and movement as Ethan Ryan will return the kick from Forber just shy of halfway. Here goes Ross Oakes down the middle. Just 1 try all season, but he's one of 2 players who were here at Odsall when Bradford defeated Sheffield Eagles by 27 points to 18 in that Championship Shield final 2 years ago when Rowan Smith was the Bradford Bulls head coach. Here goes Dane Chisholm. He has got movement, thought about the kick through towards Hitchcock, keeps onto the ball, and he's going to be brought down 2 metres in from this main stand side, and Chisholm's come up with the error, and that, well, that'll frustrate the Bulls, that'll frustrate John Keir.
That again is round his own bum, really. He's come 45 metres there round, ended up on an edge and give the penalty away. Dane, you don't need to do it. You just don't need to do it. Let the forwards do the work and play off that. You don't need to fix things yourself. The lads need to have a strong word here with him and say that's not good enough. We can't be losing our game plan. Quick wrap here for Jai Hitchcock, by the way. He's been fantastic today. He looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. His yardage has been ridiculous. I still think this is the way they'll get him on this right edge, but again, Dane, come on, Dane, you're better than that.
What are the main challenges for Workington, Craig? We've got 31 minutes remaining. What do they need to change to get past this Bradford Bulls defence?
I think the chance they've got in me is through the middle and try and upset it, but Foy's come off now. They don't look. I think Tyler's come on. We're going to have to play long minutes to forwards. They need to upset Bradford as rhythm, and I don't know how they're going to do that, because they've not looked like it so far. Defensively, Bradford are absolutely fantastic. What a shot by James Green on Tyler.
Just 14 points scored so far. We mentioned Bradford conceding an average of 10, Workington just 19 points. You're looking at 2 of the most improved defences in Betfred League One in 2018, and Workington on the last tackle. It'll go from Forber towards Duran behind McNally. Workington hunting the goal line dropout, but McNally will scramble forward and he'll pinch a couple of metres, and he's brought down on tackle 1 inside his own 10-metre line. Wow. And here we go. Greg McNally now has lost the ball after a tackle from James Newton. Head and feet to Workington Town. This could be a pivotal moment in this Betfred League One Grand Final.
Well, the one area I should have said, Mick, were field position and getting, and they've just got it through a mistake by McNally. So they're in what a position to be in. Big point. Leon's just ran off the bench, and they're going to put something on here. So this is a massive chance for Working to get back in. You know what, Mick? They've stayed in the arm wrestle. I've got to give a lot of raps here for a club they've kept right in this game. Bradford have looked really composed, but Workington have got a great chance here to put some big pressure back on the game. And then the nerves are going to stack in. The nerves will stack in. You can feel it. The crowd have gone quiet. Here we go.
Workington Town, a full set of 6. inside the Bradford 10-metre line, and here goes leading try scorer Elliot Miller. Miller's brought down 5 metres out on tackle number 1. We've had 50 minutes gone of this intoxicating playoff grand final, showcasing the best of Betfred League 1 as Workington try to move the ball on this main stand side via Jamie Duran. He was looking for options, but Keys, McNally and Gibson came in and wrapped him up. That perhaps might leave Bradford short over on the edges as Peltier, Minchella front up. And Newton in there at dummy half surveys the landscape. He's going to look for options. He's going to go down the middle with Dawson. Dawson twisted and turning. He's over the Bradford line. Pushed back in the field of play. And Workington Town, 2 tackles remaining. Newton back to Duran. The kick through. Here goes Elliot Miller.
Yep.
Elliot Miller. Elliot Miller has got the try. That gets Workington Town back in this playoff final.
Mate, you can feel it. I said it with a pivotal point. I can feel it. The crowd had gone quiet. For me, it started with Dane doing the full circle. They don't need to do it. Field position got Workington back in, but they've kept in the arm wrestle. And the more the game goes on, the nerves will come in for the younger Bradford side. And John Keogh got to get a grip here. They don't need to do what they've done, mate. It's crazy rugby. It's crazy. Big up for Workington. I could see Leon were getting fired up. There couldn't be a play. The hookers threw a bad pass, and it's made him try another play. He's grubbed it, and by the way, the Miller looks as lively as anybody on the pitch. He's got a good future. I don't know his age, Mick, but he looks really, really useful.
Elliot Miller has now scored in the 4 last Bradford Workington games. Will he score a more priceless try? Because that has got Workington Town right back in this game. And let's not forget that in Workington Town's 70-year history, they've not had much success. They had the Challenge Cup final win in 1952. They had the Lancashire Cup victory in 1978, and of course the second division title in 1993. That's so on back in the Stones bit of championship, playing the likes of Wigan, St Helens and Bradford Northern. But this certainly would be some silverware worth having, because they now trail the Bradford Bulls by only 4 points, and we still have 27 minutes remaining here in this Betfred League 1 playoff final. But it was all so effervescent, effortlessly, how the ball just rolled off Jamie Duran's boot, and Mellor beat Oakes, beat McNally to the punch. Wow.
Well, it would have played. It wasn't a set play. He'd actually missed the pass, but hey, game on. And again, I'm not going to keep on saying, but the 6 points, Mick, that was missed by the kicks could have a costly edge here, because Workington are now absolutely in the positive ascendancy. Look at them now. They're up for it. The crowd are up for it. Leon's walking about. It's lifted them, and it's all come through Bradford's stupid play.
Workington Town in the arm wrestle as Jai Hitchcocks has put a bit of a late hit there on the second row forward. Jake Moore, he's not happy. He looks towards the touch judge, but the referee will say Workington Town have come up with an error of their own, and that now will see Bradford have a fresh set of 6:30 metres out from their opponent's try line. So if you're just joining us on the Betfred social media streams, you're a regular watcher on Bulls Live and Proper Sport or the RFL Our League app, wow, strap yourselves in, because this one is going to go the distance. We've got 25 minutes remaining as Flanagan will get to his feet. He'll play the ball. McNally to Gibson. Gibson with 9 tries, and the 30-year-old former Leeds man is brought down just outside Workington's 30-metre line. Ross Peltier looks for some metres forward going. Here he goes. Ross Peltier with a strong, industrious charge. That has fired up the terraces, and that has fired up the Bulls. And Flanagan now is going to shift it on this right-hand edge towards Keys, but Keys will try and go himself down the middle. Can't get past Scoey, can't get past Kerwin. 4th tackle gone here for the Bradford Bulls. They're 8 metres out from that Workington line. Chisholm links with McNally, out to Oakes. Oakes keeps onto the ball, but it's touched a Workington hand, and it's another fresh set of 6. McNally will pitch one from dummy half. Greg McNally held up, will go back to the 10.
Wow, big point. I thought he got over there actually, but Bradford a great field position. I keep talking about it, mate. You score most of your tries from this kind of position. Bradford have got a big chance here to make it a repeat set. Take a bit of juice out of the game, mate. Take a little bit of it out now, because Workington look well up for this. So I think a bit of patience here. Something's happened. I think they're all moaning about. I think he's saying he's buying for time and slowing it down. But
well, both these players, both these sides, they will be determined to end the season on a high. They want to get the job done this afternoon, because for the losers, they will suffer the coin toss that will take place at the end of this afternoon's game, and that will decide who will have home advantage next week in what has been billed as the extra playoff final game. As we said, Rochdale, they beat Swinton to 11th place, so it will be Swinton against Bradford or Workington next Sunday. Will it be at Haywood Road? Will it be at Odsal or Derwent Park? Bradford tackles in the bag as Ross Peltier once again making a telling contribution, telling impact, gets to his feet, he'll play the ball, it goes back to Chisholm along the line to Keys looks for a gap, can't get past Olstrom and Miller, and that is tackle number 4 gone for the Bradford Bulls on this fresh set of 6. It'll go from Flanagan to Minchella. Minchella attracting 4 grey-shirted Workington Town shirts. And once again, it's James Newton and Tyler Miller, the fullback for Workington Town, who've put a hard hit in. And Minchella has lost the ball. And Bradford now, well, the error count is up to 9 in this final.
I think that's a massive set for Workington in defence there. There were no panic. They got the contact. They got under the ball. Bradford looked a little bit, the Arse have got to take control here. George is going himself. They just need to get back to a little bit of composure. I'm looking at the outside backs telling them, just calm down. Go through the procedure. They don't need to panic. Workington are right back in this here, another set of 6. And I think Workington, I've got one cop at this. They don't carry a big squad. They've got Oliver Wilkes out next week, and to play consecutive 3 playoff games is a massive gig. I think Leon said to these lads, this is it, throw everything. Bradford have got a big squad.
Oh, Elliot Minchella's try will not count. 2 in the tackle. Dane Chisholm was the second man, and Elliot Minchella is denied what would have been his 35th try of the season. No complaints, no qualms about that one, Craig. Clearly 2 red, amber and black shirted defenders there dislodging the ball. But I just want to focus on the Workington Town fullback, Tyler Miller. He's only out there because Leon Price is without the injured duo, Sam Forrester and Perry Singleton. And certainly Leon Price was more than impressed with the Huddersfield Giants Academy fullback after he stepped into Sam Forrester's boots last weekend in that 30-18 semi-final win at the Keepmoat.
Just said, Mick, I think Workington's one throw it here. It must be so hard for a club of their size to have to go next week again. They'll take big knocks here. They've got injuries. The kitchen sink's going in here. Bradford have got a big enough squad probably to pick from, but Mick, the nerves are sticking in. I don't know if people who are watching it on the online stream, Bradford look a little bit nervous, and they're starting to Workington are turning the screw a little bit in. They're up for this.
Steve Crossley comes on the field for Ross Peltier, who's gone through a mountain of work. Workington Town keep the ball along the line. It goes to Sam Rook. Sam Rook steps back in field, brought down there by Crossley. Also, James Green going through a mountain of work in defence. Workington Town, though, they're looking to perhaps take the lead for the first time. We're 2 minutes shy of the hour mark here, and Workington looking to put the squeeze here on the Bulls as Andrew Dawson is going to be brought down and has the door shut. Last tackle here, he's not got up and played the ball quickly, and that is another 1%er. That has gone the way of the Bulls. Scrum, head and feet to John Keir's side.
Wow, that was great
you
field position.
You can feel
there.
The tension, Craig, coming up off the terraces.
It is. It's getting like that, but that's a bad mistake by Workington there again. We keep using the word composure and just going through the process. Sometimes they're just panicking. Both teams are panicking. It's a pivotal time in the game. This is going to be it. I think the next 5 or 10 minutes, which one of these teams stay cool, stay calm in the cauldron, will win this game. Next 10 minutes big for me, Mick. Fouille come back on for the last quarter of an hour, it'll have such an impact. Bradford need to just, let's say, the next 10 minutes, need to just compose themselves.
Well, we've just heard the war cry, the famous chant of "Come on, you Bulls," reverberating around Odsal Stadium. You sense this big crowd inside Odsal, perhaps a bit of apprehension as Hitchcock tries to go through a half gap. Caught on the shoulder there by Kerwin and wrestled down to the ground. Flanagan attacks the markers, keeps the ball going because it's gone out of back play, picked up in the right time by Minchella, and Minchella's brought down 10 metres infield, but certainly Bradford and Workington in an almighty arm wrestle as we hit the hour mark. Steve Crossley on the last tackle. It'll go to Keys. Keys looking for an invitation there for Gibson. It hits Gibson on the head, and it's recovered there by Mellor, who has been outstanding at fullback for Workington Town this afternoon. And this arm wrestle continues. This is now, Craig, where the penalties, the errors, they could cost you the season.
It's back on. I said Fouille come back on and have an impact. Listen, and seriously, it's changed. Bradford somehow panicked, and it come from that bit of play from the halves. I can't work it out when you're leading, not just to go through it, get the repeat sets, play it easy. Workington are real back in this game. Bradford needs something.
Matt Staunton in defence there for the Bulls as Workington Town inch closer inside their opponent's half. It is the last tackle. What will Workington do here? They go back to the halfway line. They're going to perhaps play the percentages as Jamie Duran, perfectly weighted kick, but it's gone the other side of the touchline. The referee was happy to say it was a 20-metre restart, which was the original call, but Jamie Duran, great kick there between McNally and Hitchcock, who was out of position, and it will be a 10-metre scrum, not a 7-tackle set. Great kick, Jamie Duran.
Great kick, great play, great finish to a set. Jordan Lilly's come back on for George in a minute, and I think that's what's going to happen. Bradford are going to get a hold of the game again, trust each other. Workington are playing everything to the set now. They went through the process. They look so composed. Massive part of the game.
"19 minutes remain here at Odsal in this Betfred League One playoff grand final. The third meeting between these two sides in 2018. And you almost suspect at this moment in time Workington perhaps just having the upper hand ever so slightly, but Lilly will inject pace and decisive decision making in at that dummy half roll as Matt Garside is brought down on the halfway line. Steve Crossley, he inspired the Bulls last week with a pre-match team talk. We're on the last tackle. Chisholm will take him. Ethan Ryan will wait for Hambley to take the ball out, and Hambley has come up with a horror one there, and that's Hambley's first real error in this match. And after trying, at last Dane Chisholm, he's forced the error.
Yeah, great kick by Dane. I don't know anybody was putting the bomb up or whether he meant that, but fantastic defence by Ethan Ryan. And that's the first mistake Joe Hamley's meant for Workington. So great field position here for Bradford. Let's see what they can put on here. They just need to really just relax. And something will happen. Every time they've gone and done something and got in the right position, they've scored tries. Compose themselves.
Bradford 15 metres out from that Workington Town try line. They will look for options. Lilly to Keys. Keys along the line to McNally. McNally to Gibson. Gibson towards the corner. Brought down 4 metres out. Bradford, you feel, potentially about to score a third try. That could have a huge say in this game. But Workington Town, they will look to complete the shutout. Impervious defence from both sides as it goes from Lilly to Minchella. And Minchella is going to be brought down. The former Leeds Academy graduate and Sheffield Eagles man. Lilly tries a dummy from dummy half, can't get past this immovable Workington Town defence, and
Numbers
that you feel's a wasted tackle. It goes to Keys in front of the post to Chisholm. Chisholm fires it into the arms of Staunton. Staunton's run is extinguished by Newton and Moy Moy, and that is the 4th tackle gone here for the Bradford Bulls. They're 5 metres out. Lilly to Keys. Keys probing to McNally. McNally along the line. Bradford are in the corner. It's Hitchcox. Jai Hitchcox has got his second try in this Betfred League One playoff grand final, and that is a cruel blow for Workington Town, but Bradford's patience and composure is rewarded.
Mick, we called it in the first 5 minutes. The right edge of Bradford, Gibson, Elliot Minicello, and Jai's having an absolute storm. What a finish. But I tell you what, how composed Ashley Gibson there. Got the ball, pulled the defender in, bang, popped the ball out. Unbelievable. They're back in this, brilliant Bradford. I'm losing my mouth here, Mick, because the crowd have got right up there, but absolutely fantastic play and executed beautifully. And what a game Jai Hitchcock's having.
Good, quick, fast hands, as you said, decisive passing. McNally had come from the other side of the field. That had caught Workington Town off guard, and it was a simple draw your man and pass on that angled edge, and they just run out of numbers. And Jai Hitchcock, with all the confidence in the world, he leapt from the field of play and touchdown in the corner. And Dane Chisholm now a chance to add on a crucial extra 2 points. You feel Bradford yet to convert any of their previous 3 scores this afternoon, and Dane Chisholm, meticulous in his composure, he's drawing that imaginary line between the posts and over the red, amber and black dot, and that will bring delight from the terraces and a loud, raucous cheer. It is 18 points to 8 here in this Betfred League One playoff grand final, and Workington Town now trail by 10, and they've got 15 minutes to save their season and a potential trip to Swinton next Sunday.
Mate, that's a massive try. That takes a little pressure off. They've gone for the short kick-off. Great kick by Dane, by the way, under pressure. Big raps for you there, Dane. It's a knock-on. Bradford way, wow.
James Newton adjudged to have touched the ball in flight, and the errors now creeping up for Workington Town, although they have to force the ball, the scoreboard against them, so too the clock. But whatever happens in the final 15 minutes, oh boy, and it's not over yet, Craig, never say never, but Workington Town, they can be proud of what they've achieved here this afternoon. They've made Bradford work for every point.
Unbelievable, mate, absolutely unbelievable. I say Bradford are going to go through the sets here. They don't have to force the game now. Workington have got to win this game, and that means trying something. So all Bradford are going to do is get through the sets, kick to corners, get the chase up, and there's 15 minutes left. Workington have got to come up with something. The pressure's on Workington to do that.
Jordan Lilly out of dummy half, 15 metres mid there, 5 inside the Workington Town half. Hitchcock's still going forward, he's on for a hat-trick. He's lost 2 previous grand finals as Jai Hitchcock's. One of those was last season for Castleford against Leeds at Old Trafford, and his first taste of disappointment was when he was a junior playing for the Mullumbimby Magpies. Chisholm gets the kick away under pressure on the last tackle. Hambley takes it, but he's under pressure from Oakes and Ryan, and Workington will move the ball from inside their own in goal area as Minchella and Crossley and Kirk put the push on. Is it trapped in goal? Referee Marcus Griffiths says he'll play the ball on the try line. Tyler Mellor can't go. Mellor's going back towards his own goal line. Mellor's trapped on his own try line. And Workington Town, 3 tackles gone. They're on their own try line. Here goes Moy Moy. Kirk on Moy Moy. Kirk goes down, gets straight back up. And Workington, wow, they are fighting for their lives here at Odsal Stadium. It's the last tackle. They've only made 14 metres. The kick will come from Duran, straight down the throat there of McNally. McNally exchanges the ball like a pass the parcel at a kid's party to Ethan Ryan. And Ryan's brought down 5 shy of the halfway line. McNally to Oakes. John Keir, cool, calm and composed on the touchline as Matt Staunton leaves the field. On will come Mikey Wood. We've got 13 minutes remaining here at Odsal. as Bradford just looking to calm things down. One feels as it goes now from McNally. He has options with Keys ball in hand to Wood. Wood fronts up. He's brought down there by Moy, Newton and Scully in a three-man Workington Town tackle. Lilly goes scampering out a dummy half. Three big Workington Town forwards are brought out. Do you perhaps go for the one-pointer here? Chisholm looks at the post. Chisholm takes in, and Dane Chisholm adds an extra one to the scoreboard. Sensible thinking there from Dane Chisholm. 18 turns to 19, and this Betfred League One playoff grand final here at Odsal Stadium is going the way of the hosts.
Wow, that last defensive set, Mick, is the best defensive set of the game. Leon's shouting for him to get up for this, but what a time to put a set of defence in like they did there. Reduced Workington to about 40 metres. In a time like that, that's priceless. That's just got you that drop goal. Dane's got his head back on, he's nice and calm. Bradford are in good hands.
12 minutes remaining on the clock here at Odsal Stadium. Can Workington do something to stop this surge of Bradford ascendancy and momentum? Oakes in at dummy half to Ethan Ryan. Oakes and Ryan, two of the homegrown players that have come through the Bradford Bulls Academy in recent years. Oh, Moy has just clattered Liam Kirk there, and here we go. Liam Kirk's down flat out. The touch judges come on. Jordan Lilly absolutely remonstrating with the touch judge on the far stand side. And Moy, I don't think there was any malicious, Craig. It's just the ferocity of the tackle.
I promise you there, Mick, I actually watched it, because what Fowey did there is he watched the slow pass and he would come in at speed. He'd read the situation and he's given him an absolute shot. I didn't see it an head shot. We'll have to get a close with that one, but to me it just looked like a fantastic tackle. But
back pocket time. Fowey, Moy. He will go down the tunnel. Moy sent off here at Odsal Stadium. He now wants to argue with the referee, but it won't matter. Moy, he will get an early bath.
Mick, I don't know. We'll have to get a close with it. I thought it looked like a great shot, but let's hope the lad's all right. Anyway, that's our first foremost. Let's hope he gets up. Is it young Liam Kirk?
Liam Kirk down there.
He hasn't moved yet, so let's hope he gets up. He's holding his now. He's up. But I think what we saw, I thought it looked a fantastic shot. It certainly be a talking point. But we tried to make a massive impact for his team. He's gone wrong and he's got sent off. That's his last game for Workington. They don't really remember for that. The fans are giving him the full lot here.
Well, it was the touch judge on the far stand side, Craig. Here we
go, get him in. Fowey and George Flanagan are having a go here. George has given the full salute. Fowey's telling him to follow him into the changing rooms. We don't need none of that. Let's get back on with the game. The young man's okay, he's walking. The Bradford fans are buzzing. Let's not make that impact ruin the game. It's been an unbelievable game by both teams, but Bradford fans are absolutely with man now.
The touch judge on the far side, Craig, he said it was the forearm into the head of Liam Kirk. That is why it is a red card, and Workington, with 12 minutes remaining on the clock, they are down to 12 men for the remainder of this match. And Liam Kirk, he broke his nose earlier on in the season in a reserve game at Dudley Hill against Wigan. He broke his nose and carried on. He was captain that evening. He saw Bradford beat Wigan by 18 points to 14 that evening, and he has just got a hero's welcome off the field. Bradford, are they about to put the icing on that promotion party cake as Joe Keys has been pushed off the ball, but Mitchella goes herring away towards the line. Referee Marcus Griffiths has to move towards the ruck to get a good clear view as Gibson to Hitchcock's flat pass towards Mikey Wood, and the Huddersfield giant slow knee looking to extend his stay at the Bulls next season will get a quick play the ball in. Bradford full of bubble and fizz. Here you feel a tackle remaining. It goes out to Lily, to Ross Peltier. It looks like something from the Bible, and he's going to be brought down on top of that Workington Town line. A biblical figure, a biblical impact. It goes to Lily. Chisholm, crossfield kick. Chisholm to Hitchcox. Hitchcox has lost the ball over the line, and we're going to go back to the 20.
Wow, what play, what fantastic excitement's cranked up. I think if Dane a couple of times that was there doesn't hit the lead runner, goes round the back, they've got numbers there, but Workington, they tell you what, they're still trying. What effort they're going to put in here.
And it was almost like the decoy, because I think everybody, ourselves included, thought Chisholm was going for the 1 pointer then.
Well,
and
yeah, unbelievable.
Just sneaking on this main stand side was Jai Hitchcox, looking for the hat trick. He's already got a second try this afternoon to complement. He opened the scoring in the opening 5 minutes, but still you feel an 11-point lead, 11 minutes remaining. Workington Town, they could still get back in this, you feel, and here we go. Some quick, clever inventiveness from Carl Forber, but Joe Keys was on hand to avert the danger, and he will in turn give it to Ethan Ryan, and Ethan Ryan's going to be brought down in under a high tackle in front of the main stand there. Tyler Dickinson just losing his composure, and it will be a 10th penalty of the afternoon to the Bulls.
Mick, I don't know if Workington have got injuries with Wilkes and Penkovic, because I've not seen Penky come back on, and he had quite an impact in that first quarter when I went to 20 minutes. So don't know what type of numbers they're down to, but I can't see anybody else. Can't see Penkovic or Wilkes. Bradford just need to keep calm here. They've got 10 minutes left. Kick the ball into the corner, go through the sets, don't get involved in anything. And they've got promotion, and the party starts. It's going crazy now. There's smoke in the stands. The barbecues have started. The pints are out. Mick, it's on.
10 minutes. That is all that remains here in this Betfred League One playoff grand final. Bradford 19, Workington 8, and Bradford a huge set of 6 coming here, as Ross Peltier has lost the ball on contact, but it's been stolen, and it is Jake Moore and Andrew Dawson, the guilty duo, and John Keir says, on comes the kicking tee. Take the 2 points on offer. That will run time off the clock.
I've just seen 4,000 people in the stand shout 2, all with a 2-finger salute up. So they've given it the 2. We will rock you's coming onto the sound now. The Bradford fans are in a celebration mode. As I say, Workington have played a massive part of this. Don't know how long's left. Take the 2, get back. But please don't remember, we're here watching this. What an effort by both teams. And I'd say the party looks like it's starting. And it reminds me of the old days at Oddsley. I think it's been quite a party in Bradford tonight.
Dane Chisholm will attempt the conversion attempt, the penalty attempt. 15 metres out, 15 metres to the left-hand side of the post. This would put Bradford 13 points clear and 3 scores ahead of Workington Town, who to the credit have gone toe-to-toe, round for round, punch for punch with the Bradford Bulls this afternoon. 10 minutes remaining on the clock. Chisholm adds the extra 2, but it's gone across the face of the post. It's gone dead. The Bulls will get the ball back from the 20-metre line. Well, perhaps it's something in the air, but that is a 4th miss of 2 points on offer.
Yeah, that's crazy. That could have really been costly, couldn't it? I hope they get that sort for next year. And thing is, tried the short kick-off
again.
Big moment
short
again.
Kick-off from Jamie Duran.
Well done,
Jordan Lilly, quickest to react. The former Stanley amateur, and he's brought down 2 metres inside the Workington Town half. And now we're about to see yet more heartache for Workington Town. Today, of course, the 6th time that Bradford and Workington Town have met in knockout rugby league, and on each of the previous 5 occasions, be that in the Challenge Cup, the Regal Trophy, or the Players Number 6 Trophy, Bradford have come out on top in this do-or-die knockout contest. Lilly, Keys, McNally, Gibson, Jai Hitchcox for his hat-trick in this Betfred League One playoff grand final. The touch judge gives the nod, the fingers pointed, Jai Hitchcocks, he's currently without a club in 2019. Someone sign him up, please.
I tell you what a finish, and again, we talked about the right edge right at the start of the game. We said, Bradford, that's the edge I thought they should have gone down. That's Jai's hat-trick. He's been absolutely sensational. Massive raps for Ashley Gibson, massive raps for McAnally there where he swung on the backs. They think it's all over. It is now. Mick Gledell's left the gantry to party with the Bradford fans. He's got an hot dog in one hand and a pint of lager in the other. The game caller's leaving the building.
Jai Hitchcocks, his 12th try of the season in the red, amber and black, and as we said, coming into this afternoon's game, 6 tries in the last 4. He's now scored in Bradford's last 5 games, and that is 9 tries. He is certainly putting himself in that shop window, and I don't know who his agent is, Craig, but certainly that form might be red hot this evening.
That's why we've been calling him a bit up all day, Mick. We get 20% more. No, he's had a great game. But so has everybody. The game's been a delight to commentate on. And I say, what a party it looks like it started. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. And you know what? Rugby League needs Bradford in that championship. They need them back in Super League. They've got some great fans. They're very loyal. John Keir's done a great job. Andrew Chalmers, John Basti and everybody. So, fantastic. Workington still get another crack next week, Mick. And if they play like they did here, you'd be thinking they've got a result. I just worried for them on the busted bodies. Penkovic is down there, and so is Wilkes. So I think they're down to 2 subs.
Dave Chisholm misses his 3rd attempt of the afternoon. And on Bulls Live, Proper Sport, Betfred across the social media platforms, and the hourly gap, it is Bradford 23, Workington 8 in this Betfred League One playoff grand final. And with 5 minutes remaining, you suspect that the Bradford Bulls are going to be on their first step to recovery under co-owners Andrew Chalmers and Graham Lowe, and that will be by booking their place along with the York City Knights in the Betfred Championship for 2019. But oh boy, Workington Town have certainly made them fight for all points this afternoon. It's on in back play. Here we go. An ugly scene to this game. It's been simmering, and Ross Peltier, his teammates frantically trying to pull him away. Something's boiled over, and the officials have got to sort this one out now, Craig. Tyler Mellor and Jordan Lilly are going at it.
It's crazy. If Leon can't afford any suspensions for next week, Leon needs to get on here and say to him to calm down. They've already lost Fui, I think, for the red card unless it gets changed. They cannot afford anything daft here. They've got a big game next week. The coaches have got to get on there and say, come on lads, get through this now. The game's over, get through it. They cannot afford. Leon's talked today about how small the squad is, how many players they've got left. He's got to get on here and sort this out and say, calm down lads, get through to next week. You've got a big game next week. Discipline now for Workington.
Well, I don't know about Conor McGregor and Khabib, but wow, it's happening all here at Odsal Stadium this afternoon, and the referee and touch judges.
Workington can't afford it. Can't afford anybody else, any more bodies or any suspensions. Bradford they're celebrating on the left. Get on the pitch and tell them to calm down.
Bradford will be awarded their 12th penalty of the afternoon, and the referee once again just speaks to Jamie Duran and Steve Crossley, the 2 standing captains for Workington and Bradford, and we have time back on.
Make the crowd is shouting, Leon, what's the score? They're in celebration mode now, it's on.
Ross Oakes will tap the ball to Matt Garside. Garside caught across the shoulder. Tom Kerwin and Dawson. Also Miller coming in. Miller, the try scorer for Workington. He give them hope with 30 minutes remaining. At that point, it was just 12 points to 8. But oh boy, it has been the Jai Hitchcocks and Dane Chisholm show in the final 20 minutes. And Bradford, you suspect, they've got the appetite, the hunger. They're not quite full yet. They're looking for more points. Keys, McNally, off the cuff rugby league to Hitchcock's on this right-hand edge. Hitchcock's puts the kick behind, but Jamie Duran is on hand to avert the danger, and they're not giving the ghost up yet, Workington, as Newton will take the first tackle 15 metres out from his own try line. Mellor in at dummy half. Workington, to the credit, still going right to the final whistle. That is minus Oliver Wilkes, Sean Penkiewicz, who both have been succumbed to injury, but also Fui Moi Moi.
It's on again here. They're having another go than and Jordan Lilly. It's crazy.
Well, Workington Town have come up with an error on this main stand edge, and it was Ben Morris's pass to Scott Rock that was just in front of the diminutive looking Workington Town winger, and the referee will pack the scrum, and it will be head and feed to the Bradford Bulls. Craig, it's that point of the match with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Mick, look, the job's done. The party started.
Who's your man of the match?
My man of the match without doubt is for itself, Jay Hitchcock. Absolutely fantastic in yardage. Took his tries unbelievably. Looks like the most exciting player on the pitch, and he's delivered, Mick. The big players who were brought into Bradford to deliver on a big stage, and he's done that, Mick. He's confirmed that with his performance today. You might see one more try here, Mick, towards the end. Dane will try some up.
Dane Chisholm cuts through from the scrum. He's going towards the corner. He has the arm in. He salutes towards his family and friends and the Bradford Bulls supporters. And that now is the moment that will confirm the Bradford Bulls will be in the Betfred Championship next season. George Flanagan dancing on the touchline, squirting the water bottle, raw sporting emotion. Bradford Bulls are back in the championship.
Absolutely fantastic. I think I called it as soon as he got it. I said, Dane will go in centre here. You might finish off with a party. Dane left you. He left you for that one for the end. I think he's that type of lad, that type of player, and he's just produced a moment of genius to win the game, but you could feel it then. He wanted to have the last say, did Dane. That's to say to John Keir, offer me a contract for next year and get it done early. Absolutely brilliant. Bradford back in the championship. Absolutely fantastic. But again, I'm going to keep going back to this. Leon and Workington have done themselves no harm at all. They're fantastic. They've given it all this year on a low budget. Game over. It's on. The party started. The players are on. John Keir's getting lifted about. Well, Mick Gledell's gone.
They've got to take the conversion attempt. The players are all running on the pitch.
He's on.
But referee Marcus Griffiths, he has told Dane Chisholm the conversion attempt has to take place. And here we go. Bradford-born Steve Crossley is going to attempt this conversion attempt over on the far stand side, reminiscent of Paul Anderson in his final game for St Helens when he converted a touchline conversion attempt against the Leeds Rhinos. Steve Crossley, he'll give it an almighty hoof. Is this going to be the miracle ending? No, it won't. But it is full time here at Odsal Stadium in this Betfred League One playoff grand final. 27 points to 8. The Bradford Bulls are back in the championship.
Mick, it's unbelievable. The celebration started. Bradford are back in the championship. We're going to try and get close to the pitch now and get some interviews with the players and with John Keir and the management and the chairman. What a job. John Keir deserves a lot of accolade here. He's got his hand in the air. The referees are getting took off. A very, very tough game. Won by the better team on the day. Simple as. Bradford deserved that one. They're just lifting Liam Kirk back on. He's back on after the 5-4 tackle or the right arm. Andrew Chalmers is taking the applause of the crowd. Fantastic.
Well, the Bradford Bulls knew they were going to face many on-field tests from many teams in this Betfred League One division, but the main battle that they have had to face all season long is living up to many people's expectations that they could copy the exploits of Toronto Wolfpack last season. They were picked to top spot by the York City Knights, but oh boy, they have been made of tough resilience in these playoff battles against Oldham and Workington Town, and this is great to see. Leon Price there shaking the hands of John Keir and the Bradford players, many of whom Leon played with last season, Craig.
Yeah, well, I'd say that'll be interesting what happens, but I'd say he'll never forget this day. It's part of his coaching career to come to Bradford and give it all like they did. They give everything today. They left nothing undone. The Bradford have deserved this day. The club are back on the big stage. Big 12 months, big recruiting now. Let's just let them celebrate now, Mick. The pressure's off. A lot of pressure on Bradford. Everyone's saying they were chokers. Everyone's saying they were too inexperienced, and they've not. They've gone through the season and they commanded the favouritism all year, Mick, and they produced it along with York City. They will be fantastic teams to go into the championship and make it more competitive. As I say, some great legends have played on that pitch, massive occasions. This might mean more to Bradford fans than most.
Workington Town, they now will face Swinton Lions next Sunday. Will that be at Harewood Road or will it be at Durwood Park? The coin toss will take place after Bradford lift the playoff final trophy. But Craig, let's just focus on Workington Town before Bradford lift the trophy. They've had a fantastic season under Leon Price, and they could still yet join Bradford and York in the championship next season.
Which is why we said, Mick, in that last 7 minutes, hold your nerve, Workington. A big week next week, nothing daft, and they've got another chance next week. But I'd say let's make this one about Bradford now. Leon Price is thanking all his fans, but what an achievement. And as I said, John Keir's been held up now by the players. It's a fantastic moment. Can we get that? JK's getting the full Monty here. He's done it again in the big game occasion, man. Has produced again, and he's delivered the promotion for the fans, mate.
Well, you look back at John Keir's coaching record, that famous Challenge Cup final victory for Sheffield Eagles against Wigan back in 1998. We all know what he did in 2005 when Hull FC defeated the Leeds Rhinos by 25 points to 24 in Cardiff. And now perhaps one of his most important challenges and accolades is going to be seeing his side lift this Betfred League One playoff trophy as Andrew Chalmers and Ross Peltier have a warm embrace on the field. This is the moment. This big crowd of over 5,000 supporters this afternoon have turned up to see. This is the moment that the Bradford Bulls will confirm their status in the Betfred Championship in 2019. Everybody wants to be pitchside, taking a photograph of this historic moment. And from the Rugby Football League, Karen Morehouse will present the trophy to Steve Crossley, the captain of the Bradford Bulls. This big crowd inside Odsall, they will wait for Bradford-born Steve Crossley to hold the trophy aloft, but this will be a fantastic moment, a majestic moment. The champagne spraying in the air. Steve Crossley lifts the trophy at Odsall. The fans rejoice. Bradford will be in the championship next season. Great to see family and friends. George Flanagan there with his two sons and daughters.
Mick, I promise you, some of these young men here will never forget this day, and whatever they go on to do. The academy is strong at Bradford. They've got some great young talent coming through. If they can keep the young talent and get the recruiting right, big times ahead for this great club. But let's just celebrate. They're all on there, Mick.